What's up, guys? It's your boy Tay from No Cap the Podcast, and I know, sir, what are you doing here? You said you weren't coming back to July 20th. I know, and but this is going to be one very special episode because one, I literally met this person yesterday, scrolling through TikTok. She was playing my favorite game, Fortnite. So I said, you know what? Let's just get her on the podcast. And then she surprised me, and I'm gonna let her tell you where she's at this moment. Um, but let's get her in here. Let's get her to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I am Kamisha, but I prefer to go by Misha or Mimi. Today's my birthday. I just turned 26, and I'm currently stationed in Rhoda, Spain.
Y'all heard that she's in Spain. So yeah, the time difference. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like what do you do? What do you do for fun and things like that?
I am employed with the military, Navy to be precise. We're alcoholics. Basically, well, we're alcoholics. All jokes aside, I travel. I've traveled to Barcelona, Barbados, Greece. I've traveled everywhere almost in the Europe. I went to the Mediterranean not too long ago. I got to see the Northern Lights. Um, and I party. I'm just simple.
Okay. Well, I was also in the military. I was in the army, so I understand about the alcoholism. Um, but what made you start? I found you on TikTok. So what made you like start streaming on TikTok?
That's a funny story. So I used to always see like everybody else going live on TikTok, and I was like, I wonder if I will ever be able to go live. So then that's when I started working like to gain like more followers. And once I got followers, I was shy, and I still am shy. I was shy to like even start my live. So then one of my followers invited me to join her live, and I got on the live, and like it was just a lot of good lives on that side of the TikTok. And I was like, I'm gonna just start trying to go live every day. Hopefully, I could reach more people, and you know, I do what I do.
Okay, okay. So now yesterday I saw you playing Fortnite. Is that like your game of choice?
That's the only game I could play. I tried playing Call of Duty. I suck at it. I tried playing Apex. I suck at it. GTA, I love. I ain't gonna care. I love GTA. GTA comes before Fortnite, but yeah, Fortnite's my game.
Okay, yeah. Uh, as well, Call of Duty, I am not very good at it. And Fortnite has originally, I never liked Fortnite because I didn't like how it looked. I didn't like how you had to build a Taj Mahal to protect yourself. But now Fortnite is literally the game that I play religiously. So
Wait, so you
yeah,
like? Oh, I hate the build mode. Oh my god.
I like both modes actually. I like both modes, but I actually like that new mode that they put in, the reload mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that mode now. But my next question for you is why the Navy? Like, what made you want to join the Navy out of all the branches?
Hmm. So the Navy was not my first choice. My first choice was the Army, but I kept failing the ASVAB by like 3 points because at that point when I was joining, you had to have like a 30, and I kept failing it with like a 27. And then they was all like, they can't waiver it. Some bullshit they was telling me. And I was like, okay. So that last time, I took it 3 times. That last time when I failed, I just went across the hall to the Navy and I passed their ASVAB just like that because they was only requiring 25. And then that same week, they rushed me to MEPS, which is like, you know, the little program that you have to go through to prepare to go in. And I got there knowing I can't swim, but I knew the Navy. I knew that they travel a lot compared to the Army and any other branch. The Navy do way more traveling, and then they actually be overseas a lot too. So I knew the Navy was the one for me once I joined.
Okay. Okay. Um, my story on how I joined the army is me and my best friend, shout out to Gabby. Like we were walking down Fordham Road and we looked at a recruiting office. Fordham Road is a place in the Bronx, and we looked at a recruiting office and it was like one of those I'll do it if you do it looks.
Hmm.
So we went in there, talked to them. We were like 18 at the time, so talked to them, and then it was like they had us go through the whole ASVAB, like practice testing, and then I don't remember what I got, but then they brought us down to MEPS to take the actual ASVAB, and it was just like it didn't really hit us until it was time for us to go to the hotel before the day before we had to go to basic training.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I actually joined the army. She's like, yeah. So yeah, but I got like basic training stories for days. Like it's just crazy.
You, I almost dropped it, basically.
But but would you consider yourself a content creator?
Um, I'm trying to get into it. Like on my YouTube, I have posted at least 3 videos, but I wasn't, how do you say, I wasn't persistent with it because my views wasn't where I thought they would. I know I can't rush it because I have to be consistent with it, but my views just wasn't there, and I guess I got a little disturbed or a little upset about it. But I have been attempting to like start it back up, which is why I continue to do my TikTok live.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I just started a YouTube gaming channel and I just be putting like my Fortnite clips on there and I started streaming on Twitch as well, but it's definitely hard. It's definitely difficult. It's definitely something that it takes time because it gets like a little overwhelming. Like you see all your favorite Twitch or YouTubers, like they're doing
Yeah,
what they have to do and they got all these following, but I just gotta tell myself, like, listen, they started with 2 views too.
yeah,
So you just gotta keep at it. You gotta stay persistent. But that's what they all say. You just gotta
yeah.
be consistent with it. So um here's an interesting question for you. If you can have a conversation with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Huh. A historical person. Probably Martin Luther King. And the reason why I say him is because he made the speech. I had a dream and stuff like that. But I actually want to like sit down with him and get in his head and be like, what made you be so persistent? What made you stand your ground as strong as he stood his ground? And I want to know what was really going through his head when the movement started. Like, I want to know a lot of, like, I could ask him so much shit. So, can we, I don't even know if we could cuss on here.
Yes, you can. You can.
I just want to ask him, like, so much stuff. Like, I feel like I would learn so much more coming from him one on one, so I could actually like understand a lot of the stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Um, and that is actually a very good choice. For me, I think it would be Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because she's like literally a jazz icon. And I feel like there's not much stuff about her in the history books. Like you don't really hear about her like really ever. So
Yeah. Oh,
that's
you
who
know
I would
one
want to.
one more person I will. Who was the dude that made the peanut butter?
Oh, George Washington Carver.
They say it was the actual black man who actually made it. Wait, is that him?
Yes, George Washington Carver.
I want to ask him. I'm like, hey, bro, what made you come up with peanut butter first and foremost? How did you know to get it
Like
that instant? I want to. I just got so many questions when it comes to that peanut butter.
I feel like it was like a trial and error thing. He probably had some peanuts in water and he's like, wait a minute, hold up. What would happen if I crush this bitch up real quick? Like,
No, for
like,
real, bro.
yeah. I, it's funny to think about certain things like that, how people came up with certain things.
Yeah.
Like, who came up with the idea to like actually turn corn into popcorn? And it's
No.
not actual corn. It's like, yeah. So
Them some good
it's
questions.
just it
Like,
it is a good it it makes you think. It really does. Um, so along the lines of the same question that I just asked you, but um the question would be who an artist, not like a hip hop singing, what's one artist that you have always wanted to meet in person? And if you could spend a day with them, what would you do?
I got two. First and foremost, I'm gonna meet up with my wife Beyonce. I've been wanting to meet her since I don't know how long.
Oh
And
God.
because I just want to be in the world of B and like see how she maintain everything, how she keep her body a freaking one, because she got a fine ass little body on her. And I'll ask her about her childhood and how can she like how is she able to maintain like being a mother, a wife, and then being a singer and dancer all in one without being like overwhelmed or being stressed out or just how can she do it all in one? And then the second person I'll meet is my fine ass, fat ass husband. Shout out to Rod Wave, baby. Is Rod Wave simply because I can relate to him in so many of his songs. And like, if I really want to be in my feelings, or if I really just want to just like let some emotions out, I'll turn on his music and just vibe out to him. So I want to meet him so me and him could get in the studio and we could sing, cry, and drink together.
Wow. Okay. All right. So it's funny that you said Rod Wave because you look at the last song that I was listening to.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah. I'm a big fan of Rod Wave.
my god.
Now, the person I would want to meet, um, this is actually just recent, and it's Megan Thee
Really?
Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion. Not because like of her body or anything, but because of her mind. Because I watched a interview with her.
Hmm.
She was on Shay Shay's Club.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I watched it and I'm just like this woman is really fucking smart. Like she's really smart and a lot of people like try to shut her down for a lot of things.
Yeah.
But she's independent. She has her own label. She makes her own music. She just left her label and things like that. And her album just came out and it's fucking awesome.
It is.
And it's just good. It just I just would like to ask her like what are some of the struggles that you've been through that people don't see?
Yeah. Like, especially with like her mother and all that stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So if you could write a book, what would the title be?
Surviving the Navy.
Surviving the day. Why is that?
Ooh, because the Navy, everybody, how can I say this? Don't get me wrong, the Navy, it's it's gonna either make or break you, and it's gonna teach you a lot of lessons that you wouldn't expect to be learned. Um, the reason why I say surviving the Navy is because, for instance, I've been over here across seas for 3+ years, and you don't get to go home as often as you really think you would be able to. Kid you not, the 3 years that I've been here, I've only been home twice, and it's
Oh,
heartbreaking. Um, you have to, if you're out on patrol, which means you're in the middle of the ocean, no service, no none of that, and don't let us go in River City. River City is like they shut down the internet on the computers on the ship. Once you're in River City and it's just you can't use your music, your Bluetooth, none of that. You're really getting your feelings, and you start wondering like a lot of stuff. And excuse me, without you being able to like talk to your family or none of that, you be stuck in your thoughts, and then you start questioning like, why am I here? Why did I join? And don't, God forbid, you lose a family member. You're out in the city in the sea, bro. When I had lost my grandma and I was in the middle of the ocean, I couldn't vent. Like I had to bottle that shit up and push through, as they say. I had to push through. You couldn't get no. I didn't have a chance to like just sleep in one day. I didn't have a chance to do none of that shit. They was like go do your watch, which watch is like where you standing. I don't know how to explain it. You're you're watching the ship to make sure nobody's trying to fuck with y'all or blow y'all up or anything. So I would have to go stand, watch, and then still do my regular job on the ship. Meanwhile, I'm still grieving, but I'm not able to express it because they don't give a fuck about the shit. They just want the job done. Um, then let's say if you're in a relationship and it's long distance, you have to worry about that. It's if you got children, you're missing out on their birthdays, their ceremonies, their awards, their them growing up. You're missing out on like so much shit. So like me saying surviving the Navy, it's gonna fuck with you either way. It might fuck with you physically, mentally, or emotionally. Either way, you gonna get out some type of fucked up, because out there at the sea, you see shit, you hear shit, and it's a lot of shit. So definitely surviving the Navy.
okay, okay. Um, you mentioned two things, kids and relationships. Are you in a relationship at the moment?
At the moment, no. I'm talking
Okay,
to one, but I wouldn't say it's gonna last simply because it's long distance, and I had my share so far of a long distance relationship, and it didn't work out how I thought it was. And I do have a daughter. I have an 8-year old who's gonna be 9 in September.
okay, okay. Um, okay. I have a 12-year-old daughter. She's
Cool.
in summer camp right now. Ho- Hopefully she's not being bad, but yeah. Uh, but yeah, long distance relationships, they are definitely something because I was
Yeah.
married in the army and I was living in Japan and she was still living here. So
Mhm.
in New York. So I was like, yeah,
That
that's
relationship ended. Like I was married to a girl, and she was still in Georgia, and I was over here in Spain. I kid you not. 2 weeks after I got here in Spain, the arguments started coming, the trust issues started coming, the accusations started coming, and I was just like, hold on, we was just good. We was just good. Let's get back there. And I tried and I tried, and it wouldn't work. So I had to throw the towel in and be like, bye.
okay. And what advice would you give to somebody in the military trying to have a relationship with someone from home?
um, Communication. I'll say if you really want to be with that person and you know for a fact that you love them, you care for them, communicate with them, give them reassurance, and focus on why you joined and who you joined for. Because 9 times 10, a lot of us join for people and ourselves, or to be more financially stable. So you gotta always remember why you joined and who you doing it for, and make sure you communicate with your significant other. Because without the communication, your relationship will fail. Like, it will, honestly, it will fail. And you gotta make sure you explain to them as much as you possibly can. Like, let them know the time zones. You just gotta explain a lot of shit to them and communicate with them so they won't feel left out. Because I feel like once they start feeling like they're left out, they're gonna start thinking, "Oh, you're having so much fun without being around me," or "You don't miss me." And then before you know it, y'all getting a divorce or y'all breaking up, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants a heartbreak.
Definitely. And trust me, I know. Um, yeah, that but here's one more question that I have that I'm gonna put on the screen. For those in the chat, y'all can answer that question as well. Um, is it possible for a person to contribute to their own heartbreak?
Hmm. Is it possible to contribute to your own heartbreak? I feel like, in a way, yeah. Yeah, because me, I'm an overthinker. I overthink a lot. So I would say, me overthinking, I start believing the shit that I came up in my head with. And then I get sad about what the fuck I just came up with. And then I go communicate that. And then when they reassure me, I'm still in my head about it. And then I'm not letting the situation go. So I guess you could say I start shutting down when I don't have to shut down. And then before I know it, it's like I'm single. And then I'll be like sitting back like, damn, why am I single? And then it's like, damn, I kind of did that to myself, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. And that's definitely a thing. Like contributing to your own heartbreak. I'm a bit of an overthinker myself, but I try not to because it's not really a healthy thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So here are some of the what if questions that I would say. So if you could snoop through somebody's phone in your life, who would it be?
Um, who phone? Nikki. I need to go through Nicki
Nikki.
Minaj. I need to go through Nicki Minaj messages. I gotta see what the fuck she be having going on. Cause mama be crazy. But aside from someone famous, I would probably snoop through my ex-wife phone. Because I never did it before. And I really feel like if I had the opportunity, I would have so much shit on her. Like, they just got so mean as fuck to say. But I would have so much stuff on her because my intuition's never lie. And I just want to have that chance to like just snoop.
Hmm,
That's toxic.
okay. I mean eh. I mean not really, but I mean that was the question. For me, I think I would say my ex-wife phone too, but again, you're gonna find what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna find what you're looking for. So if you're not prepared to find it,
Don't do it.
then don't do it. Um, what's a past mistake that you wish you could erase?
A past mistake, like relationship past mistake, or
Any mistake.
I love my daughter. I'm gonna start off by saying that. I love my daughter with my whole heart and soul. But if I could go back in the past, I wouldn't have met her father at all because meeting her father came with so much bullshit, and it only got worse when I got pregnant. So yeah, I would erase that mistake out of my life.
Mm, okay. Okay. Um, for me, I would say joining the army when I did, because I joined straight out of high school. And
Oh,
now, because now I'm thinking about going back into the military years later, but I got out the military because I had got injured. So, and I feel like if I would have waited a little while longer, then that situation wouldn't have. But I don't blame the girl. She just wasn't paying attention. So,
gotcha.
um, do you believe in ghosts or paranormal activities?
Hell yeah, I never believed in ghosts until I had stayed in Dawson, Albany. Bruh, I brought this house. Me and my ex-wife, we brought this house, and it had an attic. And we cleaning out the house, and I kid you not, y'all, I swear for God, I heard some shit up there. And I tell her, I was like, I think it's something up there. We go up there, there's nothing up there. So a few days passed by. I kid you not. Y'all, I know where I be putting my stuff because I put my stuff where I could go back and find my stuff. I had put my headphones on the table beside the remote, beside my drink. It took me 3 fucking days to find my headphones. And when I found them, they was back on the fucking table. And I asked my ex-wife if she was fucking with me. She was like, no. And I was like, okay. So then in the middle of the night, I could have heard her call my name. But when I looked, this bitch was asleep. Yeah, it's just so much fucking shit that was going on in that house. The baby pacifying shit was gone. Like it was some shit. And every time we called the police to come look in our attic, they talking about some we don't see nobody. Lolly, what the fuck you mean you don't see no? Bruh, it's something going on in this house. We prayed over the house. We did everything that I could think of, and it was still like some type of you know how you could just feel like I don't know. I can't explain it. It was just that feeling that I had got like, oh, we being watched or something's here with us. And then we dealt with that for 2 months and then we left. I
Yeah,
thought I was in my mind.
yeah, that's crazy. I do believe in ghosts, and I believe in like, well, I wouldn't say ghosts. I would say more so like paranormal occurrences.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, me and my daughter, we were walking, and it's in Brooklyn. We were walking by, I think it was this children's museum,
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter was like, "Dad, why is that guy standing there?" I'm like, "What guy?" No, it's like 12 in the morning. I forgot where we were coming from.
You should have been like, let's fucking go.
I'm like, I'm like, what guy? She is like, you don't see that guy in the red coat right there? I'm like, no, are you playing with me? She's like, no, I'm dead serious. And she went and stood next to him where he would be. And I'm like, Amelia, girl, I don't see nobody. And she's
Hey,
like,
I would have grabbed my baby and ran.
and she recorded where he was standing, and she showed me the recording, and it was like blurry, like static. And I'm like, yeah, we going home. Like, I never that's the first thing that I've seen that was like paranormal or something.
Yeah, and see, I usually don't believe in none of that stuff. I'm good. I love watching movies like that and everything, but I never thought I would experience it until I started experiencing it. I was like, this is not funny no more. Like, this ain't entertaining to me no more. Like, this is scary.
Mhm. So getting a little off the paranormal train. Um, what's a secret you've never told anybody?
What's a secret I've never told anybody?
Uh-huh.
You want a juicy one or just a random one?
Yeah, let's do some juicy ones. Let's do a juicy one.
All right. Yeah, I don't know who
Uh,
this
wait,
is, but I
wait,
apologize.
wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get the disclaimer. Um, whatever she's about to say, I do not know. She is saying this on her own. Like I met this woman yesterday. Like I don't know what she's about to say, but whoever it might affect or might hurt, that's on her. Don't come cursing at me in the comments. All right, good. There you go.
Um, oh gosh, no judgment, but back in my high school days, there was this boy, and I knew he liked it, my friend, and she had pissed me off, so I fucked him, and then
Oh,
I let him in a relationship. And then let's see another one. Um, out of spite, when my ex friend had pissed me off, I went and signed them up for the army, and I gave them like all her information and everything. Uh, and I used to have freaky on a football field.
okay. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you at all. So
That's not even how.
I'm, that's not even a half. I mean, we might have to make a part two to this podcast.
That's not even half. That's just something that was on top of it.
But what's the craziest rumor you ever heard about yourself?
The freakiest rumor?
The craziest rumor.
The craziest rumor was, huh? Oh, that I was fucking my ex-wife brother.
Hmm, interesting.
And I should have made it happen. Cause that bitch accused me so many times, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck when you keep on. And guess who's trying to fuck me now that me and her is not together? The fucking brother. And I was like, you're nasty. But she keeps sitting for me. Cause she keeps sitting for me. If she keeps sending for me, and like making all these little promises to my sister, though, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have my camera, and I'm gonna get nasty, and I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna send it to her phone.
So I'm starting to see a little theme here with you. No judgment. But I feel like you like to correct me if I'm wrong, but you like to be spiteful or petty.
I do. I try not to be petty, but when people keep pushing my buttons, like I'm so not. One thing about it, I'm nice. I'm lovable. I get along with everybody. Like I walk around with a mean face, but once you walk up to me, you start talking to me, you be like, "Oh, she's really nice. She cool. It's everything." But once you cross me, let the games begin,
Hmm,
and we'll have fun.
let the games begin. That's definitely going to be a clip. Let the games begin.
For real.
Um, Let me see. So, sticking on the topic of ex-wives,
Mhm.
like what, like how did y'all meet? When and how did you know that, like, yeah, I'm going
Oh gosh. All right.
so how did y'all meet and like how did you know like yeah, like this is gonna be my wife?
All right. How did we meet? I was at my best friend's house, Monica, and I always went over there. Like Monica and I, we was close as fuck. We still are. And I was at her house one day, and we was drinking, playing cards, and then her niece or cousin or whatever she is, she come over, and she brings my ex-wife. And I speak, I'm nice as fuck, you know. Shots later, like probably like 5 or 6 shots later, card games going on. The girl, her name's Tay, she started making eye contact with me. I started making eye contact with her because when I look at my system, I don't care. And she was all like, I didn't catch her name. I told her my name. She was like, okay, you look cool as fuck, all this and that, this and that. It's like, yeah, cool. So the next day she come over while the girl is at work, and she's just talking to me, and I'm talking to her, and next thing I know, she's like, I want to kiss you. I was like, you want to kiss me? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right. We kissed. And then kissing led to some other stuff, and then I was like, damn, this is actually nice. And a week later, they end up breaking up, and then she come talk to me, and then she said she wanted a shoulder to cry on, but in reality, she just wanted some cuckoo. So we did it. We did it probably like 13 times before we actually started dating, and then we started dating, and I feel like our relationship was rushed first and foremost because we really didn't know nothing about each other. It was like basically rushed as fuck. Um, we dated and dated. I think like 2 years passed, and we actually started getting well on my end. I started getting serious, and then I was like, okay, this is this. We had a little few ups and downs, a few little bumps in the road, but it wasn't nothing that we could work out. She ended up having a baby boy, but that's a different topic for another subject. We're not going there right now. And I was there, you know, from the time that she got pregnant to the very end of it and stuff like that. And just seeing a baby be born, I was like, wow. So we started talking about marriage and talking about how we want to make sure the children have two parents, even if it is two females or whatever. And I was agreeing with everything she said, but in my head, I was all like, we gonna have to be able to provide for them. And I don't want to work a 9 to 5 just to provide for them and help you too. I was like, so maybe it's both best that we start looking into another career. So that's when I started looking into the Navy. She was looking into stuff too. And I got accepted because I was in shape and all that. She didn't get accepted because it was a tattoo that they wouldn't waiver. I think it was her neck tattoo, if I'm not mistaken. They wouldn't waiver.
Mm-hmm.
So then her mother got in our ears talking about, oh, you know, you'll get way more money if y'all get married. Mind you, I didn't know that me just having Gabby, my daughter, I wouldn't be able to get benefits, the same benefits as being married. I didn't know that. So I didn't know that. So when they told me, when she was telling us that, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, the more money, the better. I was like, and I'll be able to get y'all out of here and to a better living situation. So we rushed as fuck and got married at the courthouse. My mama didn't know. My sister didn't know. Nobody fucking knew. And when we got married, everything was all right for a little bit. For a little bit. And then that's when we used to argue. And then every time we argued, she was like, I don't know why I married you, all this and that, this and that. And it's just like, okay, bitch. Okay, whatever. And the bond broke. Everything just shit happened. A lot of shit happened. That's for another time when I'm on some liquor. But yeah, at first I really thought she was the one because she was so nice, and I told her like I take relationships serious, I take marriages serious, and I was like, if I marry you, you're my first and my only marriage. I don't want all that shit. I don't believe in divorce and all that shit. Yeah, she had other plans. It seemed.
Okay. Okay. Well, are you divorced now?
She signed the divorce papers, but we can't get it notarized simply because I'm all the way over here and she's over there, and it was like we have to be in person to get it
Mm-hmm.
notarized. So, but as far as she know, we're divorced because she got her a whole little fling over there.
Okay. Okay. Um, what was the toughest decision you've ever had to make?
The toughest decision? Um, my toughest decision would probably be walking away from a domestic relationship with the father of my daughter. Yeah, I dealt with it since I was 13 and I didn't fully walk away until I was 19 years old.
Okay, okay. Uh, yeah, domestic. You mean like DV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Physical, emotional, and mentally.
yeah. Um, there's a lot of people out there that deal with not just physical, but the
Emotional.
combination. Yeah.
Mhm.
And sometimes, thank God it wasn't you, but sometimes they don't get out until it's too late.
Yeah. And with
So,
me, it was almost too late with me. It was almost too late with me. It was almost, and I think that's what my eye opener was because, like, um, we had okay. I'm gonna rewind just a little bit. So it first started after I had lost my virginity to him. So y'all can understand probably why I stayed so long. I mean, he was my first everything, and it first started after I lost my virginity to him, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll never hurt again." And I was okay, young. And then a few more times it happened. He was high, and I was like, "It's okay." Then he got drunk and he did it. And I was like, "It's fine." Then I found out I was pregnant. I told him, and he acted like he was also happy. And then probably around when I'll never forget, I was 4.5 months, and the very next day I was supposed to find out the gender of my baby. He came home and he wanted some coochie. And I didn't want to because me being pregnant, I didn't like being touched first and foremost. I didn't like nobody touching me. And he was high. I knew right then and there he was high. And I was like, no, I'm not feeling it, all of this and that. And he choked me. And so I went in the kitchen and I told his mama, like, hey, I ain't got time for this. He putting his hands on me and all of this and that. And she tried to tell him like to leave me alone and stuff like that. And then he came in the room and next thing I know, like he punched me in my face and then he started like choking me out a little bit more. He was like, I'll kill you dead right now, all of this and that bullshit. And so like when he let me go, I did some disrespectful shit. I spit dead in his fucking face and I started walking away. And as I was walking away, he yanked me by my hair and it just got like really bad. Like he beat the fuck out of me. And once I had made it outside, I was bleeding and they called the hospital. They came. It took them approximately 5 to 10 minutes to find my baby's heartbeat. I thought I had lost my baby. So the next day, I'm in a hospital bed, eyes swollen as fuck, lip busted, a few ribs like sore and shit. He come in the hospital, apologizing, brought flowers and all that shit, talking about he's sorry and all that shit. And I was like, I don't forgive you. Why the fuck this stupid ass nigga started choking me in the hospital fucking bed? Like, it was. And I left him. I left him for 4 months. And I know y'all be like, damn, bitch, you went back. I did. I wanted the two-parent home. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted a two-parent home for my daughter. And so like my baby's probably like 3 months. She's breastfeeding and everything. He come home and he's having a bad fucking day. And when I say he's having a bad day, he's huffing, he's puffing, he's pissed the fuck off. He asked me why I didn't cook and all this shit. And I was like, because I'm dealing with Gabby, all this and that. My child, I'm going through postpartum depression and everything. And he say something. And I was like, at this point, I don't give a fuck what you do. And so I started breastfeeding, and he come in there and he started chucking me while I'm holding the baby. And I was like, you gonna make me drop her? You gonna make me drop her? He was like, you drop her, I'm gonna kill you for real, for real. And I was like, bro, what the And then shit was crazy. I ain't gonna count. That day, when I realized that he really didn't give a fuck about me or my baby to do this shit in front of my baby while I'm holding her, was the day that I was like, I need to go. And I left at like 3 that morning. He was asleep. I grabbed my baby. I grabbed what I could, and I dipped. And to this day, he still think he got a fucking chance with me. He
Mm,
still like
that's crazy. That's
just.
definitely crazy.
He told me. He said nobody will ever love you. Nobody will ever want to be with you. Like he was like really like ugh, I don't know.
That that's a
It was
lie. That I'm pretty sure you know that's a lie.
it is. It is. I dealt with that shit for so long. So like y'all can imagine how I felt when I finally like broke free.
So that actually segues into my next question, which is, so with you going through all that with him and your ex-wife, like, what are your views on love now?
Oh gosh. I don't know why my voice is quivering. um whereas I used to be a lover girl, I mean that's oh my god, am I crying? um I used to be a lover girl and I'm sure like the lover girl is still in me somewhere. But as of right now, it's just like I don't want to be with nobody because I'm gonna play them. Simply because how I am right now, I feel like anybody I get with, they're either gonna be toxic, abusive, or just not real, I guess. So do I believe in love? I know it's out there, but I don't think it's for me right now because that lover girl is like deep down, hidden, locked away in a corner.
Mm, okay. Um, yeah. And that's sad because like a lot of people are in the same situation that you are now. You become this lover girl, this quote unquote hopeless romantic. You're all about your person, and then like they show you why you shouldn't be that way. And then when you finally get away from that person, the emotional scars that they left affect how you pursue other people moving forward. So trust me, I get it. I get it.
And me,
Um,
oh, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
And me being 26, I've only been in 3 real relationships because when I date for years. I don't date for just temporarily. My first relationship, the baby father, it was 6 years. My second relationship was the one who helped me with it. He was, I think he was like 5 years. And then my ex wife, she was at least 4 years. So, like, I date for the time. Like, I don't date just to be like, oh, yeah, I'm dating. I'm dating for years. I'm dating for eternity. So it's just like I can't get another relationship right now because I'm gonna be a hoe. But it's not even
Yeah,
intentional hoe. It's just I don't believe in it no more. Especially in this generation. I mean, you gotta look at it. This generation is just fucked up on love, fucked up on relationships. Like it's like
mm,
finding a needle in a fucking haystack trying to find a relationship. And then once you think
yeah,
you found the perfect person, they show you why they're not the perfect person. And I know nobody's perfect, but I don't know.
definitely. I do agree with that. So for the person that is going to pursue you in the future, what's a non-negotiable for you in a relationship?
Mm, non-negotiable.
Yes.
If you can't communicate, if you can't communicate, then I don't want to be with you. I don't care about your looks. I don't care about your physical appearance. Well, that is looks. I don't care about physical appearance. I don't care about what you could bring to the table because I am independent. But I don't care about none of that. As long as you could communicate with me, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. I feel like that's also important. For me, it's kind of the same thing. Like trust is another thing. Like like I said before, I'm going back into the military. So if I'm talking to somebody, then I have to prepare them for that.
Hmm.
So and like, listen, I'm going to be doing A, B, and C. I got basic training for this long, and I got my job training for this long, and are you okay with this? If they say yes, then yeah, that's cool. But anybody can say yes in the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah. So make sure you communicate people.
please.
Um, so for you, what is key to maintaining a healthy relationship?
As well. I don't know why, but I'm gonna always say it. Communicate. Make sure you're honest, and make sure y'all have trust. Because without trust, y'all don't have shit. Like y'all have to make sure you have a nice foundation. It's like building a house. You got to make sure you building it just how you're supposed to build it. Take your time. Don't rush it. Get to know each other. It's okay to start off as friends. It's okay to just start as like we're talking. It's okay to just start dating. Take your time because the more you know about each other, the easier y'all relationship will be. And y'all won't really have that many bumps in the road. Like you could be dating your best friend, but they could also be your husband or your wife, you know? Like communicate,
Mhm.
be truthful, be loyal, and just have their back. Don't go by that if you bring 50, I got 50. No, have they back when they only got 25 and you got the 75, or they got 10 and you got the other 90. Like, work hand in hand, you know? Two is better than one.
Definitely, definitely. But we're going to go to our final thoughts here. And basically, when we do our final thought, that means we're wrapping up the podcast and things like that. And we basically each take something from what we talked about over the podcast and turn it into something that we can give to the audience. So, you want me to go first or you want to go first?
Um, y'all finna be like, bitch. Damn. All right. So, two of my final thoughts would be make sure you communicate with whoever that's needed to be communicated. Like if it's your spouse, communicate with them. If you got something going on and you don't know if you're gonna be able to handle it by yourself, communicate that with someone who could probably get you the help you need. And as far as domestic violence, if you're a victim of DV, get the help that you need. Like you're not alone. It's plenty of us that have been through it, and it's plenty of people that's going through it. So you're never alone. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but if it's currently happening, and how do you say it? But like, okay, let's say you just fought him or he just fought you, and you know that he's gonna probably come back and beat your ass, or he's in the living room waiting on you to cook. If you call the police station and you say, "Can I order a pepperoni pizza?" they're gonna instantly know that you're talking about domestic violence, and they'll keep it regular. You'll be all like, if you say pepperoni pizza or whatever pizza, they'll be all like, "How many people?" You could say one, and you could give them your address, and they'll come. Like that's just some advice for those who don't want to get caught talking about the DV situation. But other than that, if you know something, speak up. If you're going through it, speak up. You're not alone.
Definitely. Uh, yeah, we talked about a lot of different topics on this episode. So I want to thank you once again for being on the show. We we definitely got to get you back on the show because I'm pretty sure they want to hear that the rest of those stories that you have.
I'm pretty sure
Definitely
they.
gotta get you. Definitely
I'll be.
gotta get you back. And remember guys, she is in Spain. So if you guys want to see that episode, let's get this video to let's get it to 50 likes and we'll get her back on the show. But once again, Mimi, thank you for being on the show. And you have well, it's nighttime there now, right?
9
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah. So you have a great night and we will see you next time.